Disclaimer. These are my opinions and my opinions alone. If you don't like them, feel free to leave a strongly worded comment down below telling me exactly why I'm incorrect and I suck ass. Let's get into the video. So I didn't intend on making this video, if I'm being completely honest. I wanted to eventually, but I didn't intend on making it right this moment tonight. But in a heated moment of passion, I decided, hey, I'm gonna attempt to play Ring of Heroes again, and maybe live stream it. That didn't work, as you can tell by there being no live stream. I attempted to record it, got to level 4 of the first area, and literally rage quit it and had to make this game. I have some basic pointers on the other screen here, though I most likely will not be sticking to them, and today I'm going to be going over why Ring of Heroes sucks ass. Ring of Heroes, for those of you who don't know, is the quote-unquote 7th installment in the Skylanders franchise, which, after Imaginators took a nosedive off the diving board into the deep end, and is now a mobile game. And I have nothing wrong with mobile games. I really enjoy mobile games sometimes, depending on what they are. But Ring of Heroes does not work as a mobile game. And I will get into that further, where I like the concept of Ring of Heroes. I like, in some parts you can clearly see there was intent and passion behind the decisions made by the creators. But that's hidden under layers and layers of cash grabs and blatant, just cookie cutter mobile game formula. And I'm already going off on a tangent, and I'll touch more on that later, but as you can already tell, I do not have a very high opinion of Ring of Heroes. I love Skylanders, and I love everything to do with the franchise, but Ring of Heroes, to me, is not Skylanders. It's the best we can get at the moment for a dead franchise, but it's just not. There's so much wrong with it. There's so much squandered potential. That was one of my main gripes with this game. I told myself I was gonna go in order, but I guess we're just gonna jump right in, like Skylanders did, into the deep end, and then they drowned. And Ring of Heroes is the slightly reanimated carcass. But so for those of you who may not have played or are new to the fandom, Ring of Heroes opens with a cutscene. And when I first started playing the game, I was like, okay, this is cool. This seems really cool. And I'm talking about Ring of Heroes 2.0, not Ring of Heroes 1.0, which I don't know if Ring of Heroes 1.0 came out before or after Imaginators, but I stopped playing Ring of Heroes 1.0 immediately after it came out, and Ring of Heroes 2.0 is definitely an improvement, but that doesn't make it good. I can acknowledge that it's better, but that doesn't make it actually good. So, as I was saying, Ring of Heroes opens with a cutscene. It's actually really well animated. I like it. But other than showcasing the awakened forms, which don't actually play into the storyline whatsoever, it serves no purpose, especially because, the art style and the actual cutscenes in the game, and emphasis on actual cutscenes, call me a game purist or whatever, but the actual cutscenes in the game are really good. I love the art style. I love the smoothness of the animation, the 3D animation. It looks especially good for a phone game. And I do have to give credit where credit's due. The artist that did the work for this game is really good. I just wish it wasn't being squandered. That's another giant pet peeve I have with this game, is the squandered potential. And again, I'll try to get into that more, and it's been a while since I played through it. Like I said, I tried to play through it again, so I might be getting some of my facts wrong as we get into later of the game. And oh, spoilers, there's going to be spoilers in this video, because I am not holding anything back, and my spoilers could be completely incorrect, but like I said, it's been a while. I reset my game, tried to play again. I was like, no, I need to make this video. God, all of this, no, bad, stop. And I need to get back on track, but I've tried this so many times, but the game, the cutscenes and the art in the game are really good. Well, the cutscene in the game is good. The art in the game is good. I like the quasi-lore it sets up. I like its attempt to reinvent the Skylanders franchise and kind of like pull together some loose threads that were left hanging, even though it that's, again, all of the good stuff is like piled under piles and piles of ads and pay to win. Oh, don't even get me started on the freaking gacha system. And I don't know if I'll show the notes I have for I might as well, because I kind of like how I set them up, but let's start going in order. And hi, my name's Scrape. It is 12:43 a.m. in the morning, and I don't know why I'm recording this, but I am, so ha. What's wrong with Ring of Heroes? That's probably gonna be this title. Kinda clickbait, kinda not. This is basically a what do I have gripes with, what do I like, and what would I change. But what's wrong with Ring of Heroes is a much snappier title. That algorithm. I'm making no sense. My first point on this list is Raid Shadow Legends but Skylanders. And if you've ever played Raid Shadow Legends, I haven't, but from what I've seen, they literally look the same, just slightly different art styles and slightly different color palette. And both are gacha games. Both are a turn-based RPG attempt, or an attempted RPG style battle mechanic that is the only battle mechanic, or the only mechanic, honestly. Which I don't count the gacha system as a battle mechanic. Not a battle mechanic, just a mechanic. I don't count it as a mechanic because you literally just input money and it's like, here you go, here's the character, and it spits it out at you, and it's just a chewed up wad of gum, and it's like, here you go, this is bad breath. That's an actual Skylander. I want to see bad breath in this game. I want to see bad breath in Ring of Heroes, because that would be an accurate representation of the game. And even then, that's being mean to bad breath. It is a carbon copy of every other, like, RPG-based styled phone game. And that sucks ass to say, but it is. It is literally just, okay, here is a blank canvas we bought from some Etsy store. Let's just slap some actually decent models on top and be like, okay, this is our original game. Welcome to Skylanders Ring of Heroes. It is a carbon copy from every other, like, big gacha, like, RPG style game. That is what it is. It isn't, like, it has absolutely no aspect of the dungeon crawler, platformer, fantasy, mystical, wonderful, nostalgic, shrouded memories of Skylanders on the console games. And, like, of course, they weren't perfect. I am not trying to say they were perfect. Imaginators kinda sucks, and I didn't really like Swap Force, but, like, I would take the post game of Imaginators over Ring of Heroes any day, because both of them have about the same amount of content. Fetch quests! Okay, so going back to the whole cutscene debacle. In the beginning, it opens with a cutscene. A really nice, well-animated cutscene, where it's like the battlegrounds, the trial area from Academy, and the Skylanders are battling it out, and they're in their awakened forms, which I never got to a point where I could actually awaken my Skylanders in my playthrough because it's freaking difficult. There's no sense of, like, earning progression. It's a pay to win is what it is, and that just could be because I am a bad gamer, but it showcases the designs, and I'm not knocking the designs. Like I said, the art for the game and the designs and, like, everything like that is beautiful. That I can give props for is the designs of the awakened forms are amazing, and I just wish they were in a better context. Like, make them the Wow Pow, make them the Soul Gem of, like, the Skylanders. Don't, like, my agony. I am in agony. But, like, it opens with this well-animated cutscene. It sets the scene. I'm a little lost as to what's happening. Chaos just kind of shows up out of the blue and attacks Spiral, and then it cuts to the title screen, and it's like, okay, cool, this is great. Are we gonna, like, what's the storyline? What's gonna happen? And then it cuts to a still image of the Portal Masters falling. It's like, okay, that's cool. I really like this art. This is like a loading the screen when we transition into the next cutscene, like the actual opening cutscene. So that was like the title cutscene. And so this is going to be the opening cutscene. No.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no.
No. I can't say anything but no. Like, it's just a static image of the background, which I don't mind, like, that's fine. And then just sprite of Hugo. The words don't fill up the entire text bubble. The text bubble, it isn't even like question mark, question mark, question mark. It isn't like, it's like open your eyes, and it's like, then there's barely any transition. He just slides on screen, and it's like, oh, you must be the Portal Master. My name's Hugo. Yes, I could tell from your name floating above the text bubble, which your text doesn't reach the end of. Why does it look like a transmission screen? What is the inspiration for that? What is the context? We need to go meet Master Eon. Okay, let's go meet Master Eon. No, he just slides on screen. Hi, I'm Master Eon. This is Master Eon. My name's Hugo. You are the Portal Master from Earth. What? No, God, no. I feel like somebody heard about the Skylanders franchise, was told about some key characters and, like, their basic shtick, and then that person went to someone else and retold that information. Like, it was like a game of telephone. Ring of Heroes is a game of telephone where someone who liked the Skylanders franchise but was never really into it was telling someone else about it, and that someone else went to someone else and told them about it, and then that someone else went to someone else and told them about it, and then that person was like, okay, let's make a phone game out of it. And that's what Ring of Heroes is. These characters resemble the characters, but they are not them. They are soulless, lifeless husks of what could be. Hugo looks like Hugo. It is a good sprite. I like the sprite. But Hugo talks like he is a robot. Hello. Yes. Oh, you must be the Portal Master. And I don't know if that's just my stupid neurodivergent brain being like, oh, there's no voice acting. That's another thing. There is no voice acting except for the battle cries. And those battle cries, they aren't even like the catchphrases. They didn't take the catchphrases, or like, I don't even know if they're actual lines from the game, because I don't recognize any of them from the game, from the Skylanders I've been able to play. Freaking Jetvac. jetpacks, end battle cry, freaking not the ones from the games, but the ones from Ring of Heroes. Just why? No, stop! Don't do that. Stop it. Just cut it out. That sound is going to haunt my nightmares. Why couldn't I choose the undead gate? Why did it give me H White? Why, when you're doing your first summon, and I like the cutscene for the summoning. It gets a little boring after, like, a little tedious after a while, but I'm glad you could skip it after the first time. But even then, like, why is the Core of Light summoning Skylanders? Why does the Core of Light transition into Rift Engine looking portals? Elemental gates? It would have made much more sense for them to, I'm not realizing they were elemental gates, I'm a dumbass, but it would have made much more sense if it was a portal of power, and then, like, you zoom in, and then it's like, choose your element, or whatever, from, like, the list of the 4 elemental gates, and it's like, but, the Core of Light? It's a cool animation, and I like getting, like, the Core of Light getting more attention, because it was kind of snuffed in the later games. But also, why? Nowhere, from my understanding, was it told that the Core of Light summons Skylanders? In previous lore, that was always the portal's job. It was the portal's, like, you as the portal master would put a Skylander on the portal. That would have made so much more sense, but no. And even then, for the first summon, why not just show the air gate? Say, like, oh, we were only able to get a hold of one Skylander this time around, so here, select the air gate. Hand holding. That is a thing I forgot to mention on my list, is the hand holding. I realize it's the tutorial, but game, I don't need you to point out, like, it's another gripe that I have with a completely different game, but Sword and Shield, Pokemon Sword and Shield has the exact same issue. And I understand Ring of Heroes is a phone game. I can't expect very much of it, but that won't stop me from dreaming, and also, shush your face, you don't need to watch this video if you don't want to. Ring of Heroes holds your hand like you are some baby. Most of the fandom is older teens to adults now. There might be some new people coming in, and that's great. But also, most of the fandom, from what I've experienced and what I've seen, is older teens to adults. Ring of Heroes treats you like a child. It feels dumbed down. It feels like all the intelligence was just sucked out of the game. This is Chaos's next evil plan, is just suck all the intelligence out of Skylanders so he can make his head even bigger. Plot is another thing I will definitely need to get into, or the lack of plot. The plot is a fetch quest. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The plot is a fetch quest, and I'm jumping all over the place, and I completely understand this video is going to be discombobulated as all fuck. We're first introduced to Hugo. Hugo mentions he is Hugo. He does this whole spiel of, like, I am the apprentice to Master Eon, which or whatever the term is. And then Eon shows up, and he's his giant floating head self, and he's like, hi, you're the Portal Master from Earth. I know Hugo just mentioned that to you, but let me remind you one more time that you are a Portal Master from Earth. Yes, Eon, thank you. I know I'm a Portal Master from Earth. Oh, look at that. There's Callie and Flynn. They can't park their ship. Flynn, park the ship. I can't find a place to park the ship. Okay, we're here now. This is Callie and Flynn. Hi, we're Callie and Flynn. And it's just like, and then, like, you think Hugo's gonna be, like, the tutorial guy, because he's Hugo, he's the tutorial guy. But no, Callie is the tutorial guy, and then also Discount Bin Callie is just like, ah yes, let me hold your hand, oh great and powerful Portal Master, that will, inevitably save our realm. Let me just give you no freedom to explore or anything. Just, like, here is this. This is what this is. This is the hub. This is that. This is this. And even then, some things just get glossed over completely. And again, this just could be my experience or me misremembering stuff, but I didn't know how to change my layout on the home screen. There's a cute little cutscene of your portal master, the one you choose, like summoning or throwing up their little portal core thing and then summoning the Skylanders. I didn't know how to change that. I didn't know how to change the portal master there or the Skylanders there, displayed. I didn't know how to do that. Callie never told me. That Callie just told me the stuff I would have, and they hold hand in the worst way, because they dumb it down for you, and it's some of the most rudimentary stuff for these games. So it's like, this is your energy bar, da 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 ba da ba ba, and it's like they don't even just like the stuff you want more explanation on, they just gloss over. The stuff you don't need explanation on, they just like hone into it and give you like 10 frickin' paragraphs of your energy is used for this and da 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 ba da. Energy is just an example, but why do we start off with so much energy? It literally says like 33. My max is 33. I should have 33 energy. I go to the amount of energy I have, 154. 154 out of 33. I have 154 energies out of 33. Why do I have 154 energies out of 33? Why am I wording it this way? I don't know. They've gotten to me. They've wormed their way into my brain. This is gonna be so manic. Today has been a shit day, so I'm gonna just leech all of this negativity onto you. I don't want this to be a negative video, I say, as I've been ranting for like freaking 1,000 minutes. But the characters, I know I touched on like Callie and Flynn, but Chaos, the only one that is slight, like, Chaos is decent, kind of, not really. Like, you can use some of the money you get from your stupid gacha system and put it into actual cutscenes. I like story-driven games. Okay, this is just my personal preference. I like story-driven games. I enjoy the narrative. I enjoy learning about the characters and learning about the world and the story, and that was something I loved about Skylanders so much, was the narrative. I'm the type of guy that plays Skylanders for the plot. I don't know what to tell you, but in this game, the plot is a literal fetch quest. Like I mentioned before, I would rather sit and play the post-game of Imaginators, which is also just a bunch of fetch quests given to you by Brain, rather than I'd play, like, well, I guess they're kind of a toss-up together, but if I had to choose one over the other, like to save my life, I would choose the Imaginators post-game, which is the worst post-game out of all of the Skylander games. I would choose that over Ring of Heroes. Ring of Heroes makes my brain feel like it's going to turn into mush. It is literally and that's another thing, like, you were just told the story, which, that sounds fine. Yeah, you're always told the story. No, you don't understand. You are told it. They do nothing to show it. They do nothing to, like, the cutscene in the beginning, the one real cutscene, has nothing to do with the plot. The plot of the game. Air quotes, but the one cutscene at the beginning of, like, the cool little, like, training battle, and Chaos shows up and there's a big explosion and then it cuts to the title. That has nothing to do with the game. It's just offhandedly mentioned in, like, a throwaway line in the beginning, the entire plot. When I first played through this, like my first playthrough on my original account before I reset it, I had no idea what the plot was until I got to Chompy Mage, which is the first boss. I had no idea what was happening, why we were fighting, what was going on. Actually, no, until the first quote-unquote, like, cutscene. Like, the non-cutscene. The first non-cutscene with Chaos was when I first realized, oh, he has a dark book of magic. Well, what did he do with that? And then later down the line, but in a throwaway line in the beginning, and I'll see if I can find it, I probably won't, but like Hugo or someone says something about Chaos having a book of dark magic which he used to cause rifts, like instability in the timeline and realms or whatever, and then you get thrown down in there. Why not have the main cutscene show that? Why not have the main cutscene when you're loading up the game for the first time be like the typical Skylanders intro cutscene? It's like, hello, young Portal Master. My name is Eon. Welcome to Skylands. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. Chaos's greatest scheme. Like, it doesn't even need to be narrated. Like, I prefer narration, but as long as it's like just try. The game has no effort put into it, except for where it does, and that makes me feel so sad, because there's clearly some effort put into it at some points, but it's squandered. The effort is squandered, and it makes my brain go owie. But like, have the first, like, even if it's just the one cutscene and the rest is like the text stuff, but like hire writers, have Toys for Bob or something help out with the writing, or Viscarious Visions or something. I don't know the logistics of that, but just somebody that knows the Skylanders franchise, have them help out with it. Like, even if it's just like offhanded, like one or two people that worked on the original games, and it's like, okay, we know these characters, we know how to write them. Like, everything feels so soulless. And going back to the beginning cutscene, as I had been trying to talk about before my brain choo-choo train went off the rails, like, have the opening cutscene depict Chaos trying to use the book. Have him trying to cast a spell and then have it backfire. And then maybe, like, cut to the main Portal Masters in their home, like George or Eugenie. Have them, like, in their home doing something. Maybe have you select which one you want to play as, because I know as a trans man, and this probably shouldn't affect me in the slightest, but just having the default be like pasty blonde girl. I'm a pasty ginger man, but like that made me dysphoric, and it doesn't even need to be like a character customization like they had in the original one. Just like choose Eugenie or George when you first boot up the game, and then have it go into the cutscene and be like, welcome to Skylands, yada yada yada, here's Chaos's greatest plan. Oh, here's you're in your home. Maybe you were playing the game, or like playing one of the original games, and you were like just like closing it out, and then, oh, what's that? My portal's acting up? What's happening? Oh no, I'm getting sucked in. And then, like, I'm explaining it horribly, but like, have that be the opening cutscene, and then like fade to black, and then have like the old like the stereotypical like kind of like opening your eyes black fade thing, and then have like maybe like, and like do like the drawn images. Like, if you're not gonna fully animate, just do the drawn images for the cutscenes, like they have in the loading screens. Have those be like some of the talking cutscenes when you like first boot up a level or something, and have like Eon help you up, and then like, or have Hugo help you up and be like, oh my god, you're a Portal Master, and then like enter that whole cutscene. And then like show don't tell is one of the things you learn in like elementary school when writing, is show don't tell, and this game does a piss poor job of showing don't telling. It tells you everything. It tells you what you need to know, albeit offhanded and sometimes way too in depth. it has no in between. But it doesn't show you. It doesn't paint a picture. It doesn't, like, other than, like, some of the good art, it just doesn't. Like, I don't want to insult the people that are putting actual time and effort into this game, but to me, it seems like somebody in elementary school could do a better job at showing, don't telling. Do my English make sense? No, it doesn't. But neither does theirs, because I had them mention frickin' provoke 20 frickin' times in the... See this? This is the provoke. You do this to provoke. Did you know if you provoke, you provoke? Wow! Great! Thank you so much. That's another thing. The only mechanic in this game is the battle mechanic. I think I mentioned this, but it's not fun. Like, sure, it's difficult at some points. Oh my god, I don't even know if I recorded this when I was doing my first playthrough, but the hardest battle in the game, like your first playthrough on easy mode, the hardest battle is Nightshade. He's not even the last boss. The last boss to me is kind of a breeze, but Nightshade took me, I kid you not, upwards of 40 to 50 tries to defeat. And I was doing everything I could. Like, and that's another thing, this game doesn't make leveling fun. It doesn't, like, with Pokemon, it's fine, I can grind, that's okay. With this game, it's not fun to grind. It's not enjoyable. It feels more like a chore, and grinding oftentimes can be a chore in games, but this one feels like a chore. It sucks all of the enjoyment out of the process of attempting to level up my Skylanders. I get no satisfaction, and I get, like, and even then, it can be left up to the luck of the draw with the frickin' gacha system if you get a good one or not. Gacha game? More like gotcha game, am I right? That's a horrible joke. But this game could be great. This game could be amazing. That's another thing. In order to buff out the light and dark elements, they changed some of the original Skylanders to be light and dark elements. Like, rather than, like, the variants and, like, having the variants, they did the light and dark. Well, they did the dark variants and made the dark variants dark element, and then they just randomly chose some Skylanders to be light element. And I could be one of the only people that has an issue with it, but never is it explained, like, in the lore, how that switch happens. Like, it's an easily explainable thing when they're, like, introducing the elements or something. Like, explain it because of the rifts. The rifts could be used as a frickin' Deus Ex Machina for a lot of the stuff that's just not working in this game. Like, just have it deal with, like, different timelines, or, like, different stuff. Like, have it, like, oh, there's a light hex now? Well, when you summon her, maybe, like, have it explain, hey, I'm a hex from another universe. In that one, I never succumbed to the undead element, even though I still look undead aside from a wardrobe change. The designs are great. I love the designs. But I just... I think at the time I'm recording this, like I said, I reset my game, and I was never able to get to a level, or the level, Portal Master level, or Academy level, or whatever it is. Why do you level up your Academy? Why does the Academy level up? That's beside. But I remember hearing about these things that were, like, miniature stories, which are, like, more centered around a single Skylander, and I really like that idea. Like, that sounds really cool. I have no idea how they went about doing it, because I was never able to play them, but do that. Have, like, unlock Skylanders through the story, not through a gacha system. Like, you could still have that in place if you want to, like, as a side thing, but not as a core, like, as a core thing. Like, have it be, like, have through the main story, have you unlock certain Skylanders at each time, because that was another very strange thing that was happening that I remember going through, was at certain points in the storyline there would be the quote-unquote cutscenes, and random Skylanders would pop up for no apparent reason. They weren't Skylanders I had unlocked, they weren't Skylanders I had any attachment to, they weren't, like, and it would make sense if maybe at the end of that level where they showed up you would get that Skylander. But no, you still get them through the gacha system. Like, implement a way to get the Skylanders that isn't a pay method. Implement, like, and of course you can't do that for every single one, because there's, I don't know, upwards of frickin' 300 plus Skylanders. But have it be so that it's like, okay, I've completed this level, I went on this adventure with this Skylander, now I can use this Skylander on my team. Like, one thing that I found, like, I don't know if anyone's played Miitopia, but in the post-game for Miitopia, you can do special miniature requests or quests for characters that just show up at a hub. And then, once you're done, you can invite that Mii to join your party. You could implement a similar mechanic for the Skylanders in the main game and possible, like, side stories. You could do the same thing for, like, the Portal Masters, where you start off as either Eugenie or George, and then along the way you meet other Portal Masters and they help you out and you grow your trust, or their trust, you earn, like, a friendship, and it's like friendship bond, or yada yada. Woo! We've saved this Portal Master, and then you can add them to your team. Then you can switch out and you can play as them. Like, have an actual narrative binding all of these things together. Right now, it seems like an unfinished demo. And I'm, like, an unfinished demo of a game I wouldn't want completed, if I'm being completely honest, with the way that, from what I've played and from what I've seen, I scrap it, start from scratch. Don't actually, that's an over-exaggeration, but, like, take the good elements and just get rid of the rest. Gacha system, gone, please. Throw the gotcha system where you put the charm. Fill the hole that the fill the hole that the gacha system left and put the charm of Skylanders back. Just shove it right in. I don't care if it doesn't fit or the hole's too small. Just put it in there. What are you doing, Step Skylander? I'm going to... I'm gonna get crucified for this video, and that's okay. Tell me why you don't like it in the comments, I dare you. Do it. Mom. This is a very, very small nitpick. I don't know why I'm throwing it in so late. I could have probably opened with this, but in one of the opening cutscenes, quote-unquote cutscenes, in the Singing Forest, Chaos goes, "Mom is going to have my head," or something along those lines. I don't remember the exact quote other than Mom. He says, Mom. He calls Cassandra Mom. And if you have any, like, fundamental base knowledge of the Skylanders franchise, you know that that is wrong. It is wrong. It is fundamentally incorrect. And I know that's so fucking stupid because it's such a small, minor nitpick, but Chaos does not call Cassandra Mom. Chaos calls her Mother. It's always Mother. It has always been Mother. Or some, like, similar, like, I don't even know if he uses nicknames or calls her by her name or anything, but it's always Mother. Never Mom. It is not, and that is when I knew, that was the, like, that was when it was cemented in my brain that this game was not. It was not. It's a blatant cash grab, leeching off of a dying fandom that just desperately wants content, so they're willing to look past all of the sludge and the grime to get to this polished turd in the center that's just kind of like laced with little bits of gold. You don't know if they're gold or if they're just like painted corn kernels, but you're willing to look at it either way and be like, this is my gold because this is all we have. And we as a fandom deserve better. We as a fandom deserve better than Bring Up Heroes. We deserve better than Imaginators. We deserve a good comeback. We deserve more than getting the website deleted, having our Skylanders die, and like, I love this fandom to no end. I love this series, this game to no end. But Ring of Heroes is a game that takes a giant dump on the legacy of Skylanders, polishes it, and then hands it to us being like, here you go, Skylanders 7. Have fun. Here's a fetch quest wrapped up in a gacha system. I didn't even get into the freaking fetch quest. The main storyline of the game is you have to retrieve the dark book that Chaos lost. It's the plot of season 1 of Academy, just kind of scrambled up a bit, and tossed in some new dressing, a fancy plate, I don't know. But it is at no point, from what I can remember, do we actually get the book. We go from one island to another, and each one there's another boss, there's a Doom Raider there, and it's like, okay, cool. There's one for every element, that's cool. I kind of like that motif. Like, each world is centered around a different element. They got rid of the elemental, like pluses and, like, the advantages and disadvantages, which I don't really understand that decision, but okay, cool. That's fine. Makes my life easier. Even though it doesn't, because the battles are still heavily rigged if you don't pay money and get the good Skylanders. You're just jumping from one island to one island until the end, where I don't even remember if we get the book or not. It's that memorable that I don't remember if we actually get the book or not, because guess what? It doesn't matter, because then the next part of the game is just to play it all over again on hard mode. Or normal, and then hard, and then, like, unlock the yada yadas. Super boost your Skylanders. Give them special armor. Why? What is the point? What is the end goal? We've completed the storyline, and there is no way to introduce that mechanic through the main storyline? There is no way to incorporate it. No, you get it when you complete it on hard mode. It's like, why? Then what is the point? Why can't we choose difficulty from the beginning? Why does not even the final battle, just the, like, second to last battle take 500,000 tries when the final battle is 10 times easier? It's still not, like, easy, but even then, I get no sense of reward for completing it, because I don't care about the characters. I don't care about the story. There are no stakes to me. I'm not immersed in the game, and I don't feel like I should care with what's happening, because it just, I said it before, but there's no stakes. I don't feel anything. It's just something to have on the background. And that's, like, the game even knows that, because the game presents you with an autoplay feature, which I think a lot of, like, mobile games do that. Again, it's another feature that Raid Shadow Legends has, where it's an autoplay feature where you just speed up the gameplay and it does it for you. And even then, on autoplay, you can't, like, I don't, why? If the game had a narrative it actually wanted you to follow, it wouldn't present you with an autoplay feature until you, like, completed the main storyline. But no, it gives it to you on, like, the 4th section of the first level. But no, it is a disgrace. And if you like the game, that is great. I am actually really happy that people actually like the game. I might not like it, but if somebody in this fandom can get enjoyment out of it, then that is good. I just feel like we deserve more. Like, it's definitely a good stepping stone, but it shouldn't be what we settle for. And like, the same thing can be said about things that quote-unquote actually matter. But rather than rambling on more, because this is already getting really long, and I don't know how much I'm gonna chop out of this, but I'm gonna get to like my actual like concise final points and what I would change about the game, which I've already kind of mentioned before. But if I were to make Ring of Heroes 3.0 now, I guess technically, what would I change about it? So as I already mentioned before, like, a lot of it can be salvaged, and a lot of it can be worked with. So allow me to paint a scene.